The DNC could be a disaster for the Democratic Party for two major reasons. I have seen literally no major policy proposals in the first two nights of the convention. And because of the anti-Gaza war protesters on the streets of Chicago. It's a big problem for the Democratic Party. Chicago should have given the anti-war protesters a bigger area to protest in way before the DNC. Any violence on the streets of Chicago is going to benefit Donald Trump like it benefited Richard Nixon in 1968 due to the problems once again at the DNC in Chicago in 1968. I also believe Bobby Kennedy Jr. could benefit heavily from a disastrous DNC in the polling because he's technically a former Democrat running as an independent for president. Let's face it, he's more or less a conservative Democrat in theory and could benefit heavily because of this. Personally, I think the only way Kamala Harris is going to win is if she has about an 11-point lead after the DNC. That's the only way that Kamala Harris is going to defeat Donald Trump in November. She would have to have a very big lead after the DNC in Chicago to defeat Trump in November. That's a big problem for the Democratic Party. Both parties should have stopped these ridiculous wars a long time ago. If that would have happened, you would not have these kids protesting on the streets of Chicago about Gaza. If Donald Trump wins in November, he's a great negotiator. He needs to get out of both of these ridiculous wars immediately. He needs to negotiate peace deals. These peace deals would also greatly help the budget in this country. I believe in the last 2 weeks of the campaign, the budget is going to become a very large issue because of the wars and the mess at the Mexican border. The budget is going to become a big issue in the last 2 weeks of the campaign because it's connected to a lot of different things. Once again, thank you for your time. It's free to subscribe.